former President Trump continues his campaign swing out west this weekend with a rally in Las Vegas as he continues to make his pitch to voters in traditional Democrat strongholds. And in a brand new Fox poll, Trump is leading President Biden in Nevada by 5 points, even though no Republican has won that state in 20 years, if you could believe it.
RNC co-chair Lara Trump joins us now. Lara, great to have you back on the program. Look, it is nice to be up in June. Everybody loves that, but all that matters is being up in November. So how do you turn those good polls into Trump votes?
Yeah, well, sorry, I'm not going to be jumping out of a plane this morning with you guys. So not quite as exciting there as a congressman. But yeah, these are great polls that we are seeing for Donald Trump. And you look at a state like Nevada, as you point out, no Republican has won the state of Nevada in 20 years. Likewise, no Republican has won the state of New York in 40 years. Yet you see a margin there that is less than 10 points. It's about 7 points that separates Donald Trump from Joe Biden in a state like New York. We have Virginia, where there's a dead heat between Donald Trump and Joe Biden. New Hampshire, dead heat between the two men. We have added states like Minnesota to our battleground map. And I think you asked Todd, how do we continue this trend as we head to November 5th? Joe Biden is doing it for us because everyone is voting based on the fact they remember how their life was with Donald Trump in office, how much more affordable groceries were. $1.87 was the average for gas across the country. We had a secure southern border. We didn't have wars breaking out in the Middle East and in Europe. We had peace agreements in the Middle East with Donald Trump. People want to get back to that life. They know who brought it to them. They know who will bring it back to them. It is Donald Trump. And so he's going to continue out there delivering his message, and he will be going to blue states. He will continue campaigning for states that Democrats traditionally win. He's going to go to places like Detroit. He's going to go to Chicago, to Atlanta. He will go everywhere they don't expect him because he is not afraid to ask for people's votes. And he believes when you ask and when you get out there and talk to people, they ultimately will vote for you. And that's how he's going to win on November 5th.
So, Laura, former President Trump just launched an absentee ballot and early voting push, which is sort of a flippant stance on how Republicans traditionally choose to vote. How concerned are you that absentee early voting among Democrats will lead to a weakness for Republicans come November?
Well, we have to vote early, and we have to vote in whatever way we can, Carly. The reality is, if we all wait as Republicans until Election Day to cast a ballot, look, life happens. You never know. You have kids. Somebody might get sick. You yourself might get sick. We've seen several instances, whether it's in Arizona or Nevada itself, where you had situations, polling locations, where all the machines went down in Arizona. In Nevada, an ice storm in a recent election that kept people from going out. We want you to bank your vote. And then we want you every day from that moment up until Election Day to get your neighbors, your friends, your family to vote for Donald Trump. We have to make it too big to rig. And so Donald Trump's message, our message from the RNC, is however you can vote and as early as you can vote, we want you to go do that. Look, we want a system where it's 1 day of voting, paper ballots, and photo ID across this country. We don't have that right now. We can get back to that place, but we have to get through this election and play the hand that we're dealt. Once Donald Trump is back in office, once we take back the Senate and have a huge majority in the House, then we can make those kind of changes. So let's play this one. Let's win this one. Go vote early and then take people with you to go vote. That's how we're going to win it.
It's such a crucial distinction. I want a unicorn, but they don't exist. So if I want a pet, I have to get something other than a unicorn. And that's the overall point that I think Donald Trump and the RNC are really trying to drive home to the voters now. Before we let you go, Donald Trump says he will choose his running mate at the GOP convention. If you'd like to break some news here, by all means, the floor is yours. But seriously, describe the factors that Donald Trump is looking for in a VP as he makes this very, very crucial decision.
Well, look, I think the great news for us as Republicans is we have a very deep bench. We have so many great people on our side from whom he can choose, right? You can't look at the Democrat side and say they have anyone great. People are saying, well, if Joe Biden doesn't run, who would it be? They're in a bad situation. But Donald Trump is looking for someone who can carry on that America First mantle. He will be president, I believe, for 4 more years. And despite what you'll hear from Democrats, it's only 4 years he wants to be in office. So don't kid yourself, Democrats. He wants to ensure the person that he chooses to run by his side as a vice presidential running mate is someone who has the same values, who wants to see this country succeed, who understands what is necessary in order to do that. So he's got a great slate of people to choose from. I don't think Todd will break any news here today, unfortunately, maybe next time. But I think that is the #1 factor he's looking at whenever he chooses a running mate.
Yeah, and the RNC convention is July 15th through the July 18th. And he did make news yesterday talking to Sean Hannity saying he will announce his VP choice at the convention. So we will look forward to that, to hear who he chooses. Laura, thank you so much for joining us. It's great to see you again. Have a great day.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.